As promised, here is the wonderful Lesley Fraser. I'm so delighted that you're with me today, Lesley. How are
Oh,
you?
thank you. I'm really good. I'm not too bad. I'm not on my own today. I have Mike the monkey's come today.
Mike Monkey. You know, I was just
Aye.
looking at Mike's t-shirt and I thought he had a t-shirt with a pair of pants on it, but it's actually a box.
It's a fox. It's a fox, yes. It is a fox. He's foxy. These
And
glasses.
is Mike involved in your programme then?
He is, yes. And
Oh, he's got a backpack.
he has a very special backpack, don't you think? He comes, helps me with the kids. So yes, Mike does feature in the programme that we're about to discuss, yes.
Well, Mike, it's very nice to meet you at last. I have heard great things about you, Mike. I'm guessing that he's not speaking too much today.
He's not, he's very shy.
Is he meditating?
Not yet. No, it might be actually. I think he's just zoned out like the rest of the world at the moment.
So the reason we decided to kind of catch up today was really to talk about your programme that you've just taken online, which is super, super exciting. Can you tell me a little bit about the programme itself? Is this is something that you've done in person before?
Yeah. This isn't something I've just created during COVID-19 age of our lives. It's a programme that I've run for 4 years, probably more than that actually, and it's that original programme is called Better Together, and it's an in-person programme, a group programme for families, for primary school aged kids, and the parents and children would come along to the sessions together and experience and learn together, really. A fun, interactive way. We would be sitting on the floor, we would be doing some breathing. It's not just about that type of thing, we would be learning loads about our brains and our minds and things like that. So this particular version of that original programme, obviously I brought it online because we can't meet in person. So it really is a condensed version of that original programme. So it's really, that's sort of where it's born out of, if you like.
So you must have had, in the last 4 or 5 years, you must have had a lot of kids and families through the programme. What kind of difference has it made to their lives? What's the feedback been like for you?
Oh, it's a myriad of things, to be fair. Previously, there was children who have not been sleeping in their own beds, not been able to deal with enormous emotions, children not being kind to themselves and others, parents at the end of their tether. And the difference that the programme makes is that parents feel more confident, more able, more softer on themselves, because they realise they're actually doing a really good job. Because when things are tough with our kids, we think we're doing something terribly wrong. And all that the programme offers is guidance and support and an alternative way of thinking about things. It's not me telling a parent how to be a parent, it's just offering ideas and solutions that they might not have thought of before. But for the children, the difference is they've got more confident, they know what to do when they get really emotional, the family agree strategies for them to follow. The feedback from schools is that the kids are more able to learn. The kids are back in their own beds, they're more active parts. Like one parent said, "Thank you for giving me my child back," because she just felt like she was losing him, and it actually boiled down to the death of their dog, and she didn't actually realise for 1 second that this wee boy was grieving for the loss of their dog, and he had associated so many things with that loss. So I've had lots of autistic children involved in the programme because it gives more structure and new ways of thinking about things. And I think when people get an autistic diagnosis, they think there's a panacea and all these solutions are going to come their way, and it doesn't happen. So I can only imagine, Donna, what it feels like to be in those houses at the moment where they've maybe previously been looking for solutions and now they think, oh my God, there's no solutions and I can't do this at home. And I want to say, yes, you can, and there are solutions. Never in the history of our lifetime have we been in a position where our emotions have been under so much scrutiny. Right? I don't think anyone can argue with that. Because we're in a cacophony of noise, emotion, energy, a bubble of whatever you want to call it in your own home. And you can't go out and do anything. So what we've got is a time where we're being faced with stuff that we would rather forget about. And it can feel really uncomfortable for the parent because it comes bubbling up. And this programme, it's not long, it doesn't take long, but it makes us realise It allows us, affords us the ability to look at things differently. And that emotional change doesn't have to be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we think it will be. So I think the story we make up is the expectation that this is going to be hard, and you're already in a difficult time. Why would I want to do a program like this? It
Yeah.
seems like it would be such a huge deal. It's great fun. I make it, and Mike makes it great fun, and it's magical as well. There is a sprinkle of fairy dust during the program.
Fabulous.
And there's stories, and that, you know, the kids can listen to in the evening. So if kids are really worried at the moment, one thing I want to say to you that I've noticed is that the little kids I'm working with just now, one-to-one, they're all making dens, right? Have a wee think about why kids would be making dens right now, right? Because they need that safety, they need the darkness, they need to feel cocooned, they need to feel held. They put all cushions and comfy things in there and all special stuff, and they want to show me their dens when I'm on FaceTime and Zoom calls, and I'm like, they're brilliant. So that's what kids need now. They need to have a bit of lightness, they need to have a bit of fun, but also what's brilliant about the programme is the parents will get the structure of it on a different level to what the kids will. They'll just know about their amygdala and their prefrontal cortex, and they'll go, oh, that's a big fancy name. But the parents will go, that's why I can't negotiate with her at the moment, because she's too emotional. So people feel more empowered and more confident, and it just allows your day-to-day life not to be in such conflict, and have a bit of lightness and some fun around it.
This is absolutely the best time to bring that out as well. What do you think that parents are really worried about during the current climate with their kids at home and this coronavirus?
I think parents are even more strict on themselves. I think we're surrounded by a big bag of guilt. Even when we have our kids, we've got guilt, right? Under normal circumstances. But we've got so many things that we need to juggle just now. We've got, if you're working from home, you've got that guilt of not giving them attention, or I'm not homeschooling them properly, or they've got too much screen time. I can't connect with my teenager, they just stay in their room. And we feel like there's got to be some way of getting it right. And actually, I want to support parents to go, there isn't. So I think that's what people are specifically worried about just now, is they're trying to be a teacher, work from home, and be a mum or a dad. And you can't mix all those roles. And that's why parents think they're doing it wrong. It's because they're trying to mix it all together. And even if you originally worked from home, but now you've got your kids there, or, you know, you're thinking, well, my structure's all gone, where is it gone? And then we find ourselves as adults getting really emotional. And then you've got little bundles of emotion. That's all our kids are at the moment, is that they're banging off the walls thinking, why can't I see my friends? And I'm overwhelmed with this, and they're slamming doors, and it's just like a cacophony, I think, of big emotions. And I want to help with that overwhelm and just help us to take a moment. Not through any chimes or we're going to sit and meditate. That's not what this programme's about at all. It's not about that. There are some elements of suggestions of how we might have a calm time in the way we communicate, in the way that we are, in the way that we learn how to be. But the programme offers structure in terms of what our mindset's all about, how our brain actually works. Kids love that of any age, like how the brain works, where the emotions come from, why emotions are really important, what do they tell us, and learning some sort of emotional language, like how to deal with that. So that's what it is. It's to try and help parents feel less overwhelmed with all those emotions themselves and for their kids. And it creates a literacy or a currency within the family that everyone understands. Sort of creating that bubble of what emotional health looks like in your family. Right, so
that's what you're doing. You're really doing is you're creating a foundation for not only the family just now, but for the absolute future of that family, and how that family evolves, and how the children then parent their children. And I mean, it's making a real difference.
It really is. It's like an emotional ripple effect, if you like. And
I feel quite tearful just thinking about
it. It is. It's a generational thing, because.
Who is the course for? Is it specifically for an age group, or?
But at the moment, this is for primary school kids because they will learn loads. It's based on positive psychology and building on strengths that the kids already have, even though they don't believe that they have. So they will get it at their own level at all primary school ages. It's for parents who not necessarily are at their wits' end. You don't have to be at your wits' end before you need something like this. This is about creating really lovely foundation of good emotional literacy, if you want to call it something like that. Being able to talk about emotions, deal with emotions, because really underneath all of that, all we're really doing is solving a problem. So we need to find successful ways of solving those problems. That's as basic as it gets, and it's problem solving with emotions. That's from and why Mindful Monkeys Better Together came around. It was out of my own need as a mum, right? So actually, it's at least 4 years ago I started this, because my own child went into high school and things weren't good and they weren't pretty, and anything that you could imagine happened to my daughter. And it was a really awful time, and I was already working with kids, I was already offering these solutions, but I didn't do it on a group basis. So I created Mindful Monkeys Better Together programme so my daughter could come in. She actually helped me create some of the material. She sort of said, oh, maybe this would be a good thing to cover. So I sort of worked out with her, and what I'd already done with my clients, the material that I knew that she needed to get her through this really tough, patchy time. So my daughter came and joined me to deliver the programme. So therefore got the content of that programme whilst helping me deliver it. Genius. So I was able to help her because she said, don't be a therapist, mummy, can you just be my mum? And I was like, oh man. So I knew I could help her. So that's why it was created. So I saw how it's worked with my own child from the bottom of my heart. I would never do this with anybody's kid if I didn't think it was going to work. So, and then for 4 years I've been delivering this programme, and I've trained practitioners how to do this programme as well. So there's a lot of experience, a lot of lived experience gone into the programme.
And I'm just laughing just now because I remember many years ago you and I went to a yoga retreat. And I remember that conversation. We went out and we were going to walk around the park. I think it was at Mugdock Park through in Bearsden or Mulgai kind of area. And I remember you turning to me and saying, I keep getting all these kids clients. I don't know why I'm getting all these children. And I remember saying to you, there's a reason for that. You're going to do something. And I'm like, oh. And then what happens? It's amazing. I love it. So when does it start, Lesley?
This particular programme, In It Together online programme, starts on Wednesday the 15th of April at 6 o'clock. And it's delivered via Zoom calls, Zoom meetings. So
just like this then?
Yep. So I'll be in charge, so I'll be hosting them. and we won't be running amok. And it doesn't matter, you can see our mugs here, but if you didn't want to be on video for other people to see, that's also fine. As long as you can hear me and see me, it doesn't matter if I can hear and see you. Cool. If you want to interact, you'll ask chats. There's a private Facebook group.
Yep.
So I'll be supporting the parents within there with the content, how it's been embedded in their own house, any questions or queries that they have.
And I know that you have discounted this right down for the purpose of the online. I know you're offering payment options as well for anybody that couldn't pay for it up front, but it's less than £100 for that whole programme. I think this is absolutely phenomenal. I think you're probably selling it way too cheap because it's so much more valuable than that, but I totally understand why you're doing it just now.
And I've tried to take it down as much as I possibly can, but there are payments options available. So it's £97 for that almost 2 months support from me, which I like.
Phenomenal.
I know I charge more than that for 1 hour normally, so it's a lot of support at this difficult time. So
you're making it accessible for a lot of people that might not have been able to afford it initially as well.
I'm trying my hardest.
This is a great opportunity for anybody out there. And I know that I've got a number of clients with children who would genuinely be interested in this, so I'm glad you came on today to have a chat about it.
Well, I'm absolutely delighted that we've connected as usual, in this lifetime and previous lifetimes.
But genuinely reaching out and helping people and making a difference in their lives. So I absolutely salute you for what you're doing, Lesley, and I'm so proud of everything that you've done so far. I just feel so privileged to have been inspired by you over the years. And I really genuinely wish you lots and lots of success with your online programme and your future business. So thank you for agreeing to come on today.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. You're very welcome. My daughter's 17, she's going to work out how to do this.
Excellent. So, love it.
Yes, very normal, very realistic. Not sure what we're doing. In times of COVID-19, we'll just work that out.
Well, I remember you telling me something a very long time ago. If you wait for something to be perfect, then you'll never get it done.
Done is better than good. Or something like that. Don't worry, the programme's going to be really good because I've done it before.
It'll be brilliant.
This video, maybe not so much. Right, well, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
And I'll speak to you soon.
I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.